DAMA if time permits. So there are three topics basically we are going to discuss. 491, 190, that is state nomination. We are going to discuss 482, and in particular in 482 we are going to discuss DAMA.
And also need the new changes like related to Engineers Australia, whatever they
Yes,
have.
yes, definitely. We will discuss those as well in today's live session.
Yes.
So, guys, if you have any comments, you can start typing your comments and we'll try to answer as many as we can in today's live session.
Okay, so Neet, let's start with questions. Like,
Yep.
Let's start with DAMA first. So,
Sure,
yeah,
sure. Let's talk
if
about
you
it.
can just tell a little bit to our clients, like about DAMA, what are the occupations and how
Yes.
they can start the process for that.
Yes.
Yes, please.
What we have seen, whatever clientele we have, most of the applicants, they are looking for positions such as truck drivers in DAMA. They are looking for housekeepers. They are looking for cleaners position in DAMA, because these are the occupations which are actually not there in any of your state occupation list.
Mhm.
What we call it medium to long term skill occupation list, short term skill occupation list, ROL as well. There are many occupations that are not in ROL. Let's say even aged care workers, personal care assistants, they are not in any of the lists, skill lists. So what they can do, they can always look for employers, those who are situated in DAMA regions.
Mhm.
If we talk about Queensland, in the state where we are right now, in Queensland we have two DAMAs, Townsville and Cairns. We have two DAMA, Far North Queensland DAMA and Townsville DAMA is also there. And there are multiple occupations which are there in these two DAMAs. They have so many occupations which are not in the list. So truck driver is just an example. But yes, housekeepers and cleaners, these are two, again, very popular occupation among migrants. If they are working in these fields, if they have employer in these DAMA regions, they can always get the sponsorship through 482 leading to 186 visa. But always check, guys, whatever occupation you are nominating, whether that occupation is having any kind of permanent residency pathway. Most of the occupation they do have, but there are certain occupation where permanent residency pathway is not there, even under DAMA. So you need to check that. Even fuel station people, those who are working at fuel station, gas or petroleum operators, they are there in DAMA. So you need to be just working. Kitchen hand is there in DAMA, Townsville DAMA. They have kitchen hand.
Interesting.
So yes, so there are many occupation. And for DAMA, what you need to do, you just need to find an employer ready to sponsor you under those occupation, and it is having two different pathways, 482 and 494. For 482, for majority of the occupation, the skills assessment requirement is 1 year of experience, and skills assessment requirement is there. It is pretty simple, just 1 year of experience. And then for 482, you'll be working for the same employer for the next 2 years, and then you'll be able to avail your permanent residency, that is 186.
Yes.
So this is the process.
Anita, I also want to know about the truck drivers. So truck drivers are only available for the DAMA, like not any other.
Okay. So for truck drivers, there are two pathways. One is DAMA. So they have to find an employer in DAMA regions, right? Right now, even Western Australia, anywhere your employer is there in Western Australia, even in Perth metropolitan region, they can sponsor you. So one is DAMA pathway. Another one is company specific labor agreement. So if, let's say, your transport company who is willing to sponsor you, they are such a big company, and we can present their case. Not just big company, there are multiple factors involved in that. So if in that case we can present their case, that company's case, we can look for company specific labor agreement for that particular company, and truck drivers can be sponsored for the same. So in that case, company can be in Brisbane City, can be in Canberra, can be anywhere in Melbourne. For company specific labor agreement, if that's been approved, then truck drivers can be sponsored under that.
All right. So Neet, let's start with the questions. We are getting questions from clients. Paul, he's asking about motor mechanics in South Australia. So yes, if you can.
Yeah, sure. For motor mechanics in South Australia, right now you might have already seen our videos on that. We have three pathways in South Australia. We have skilled pathway, we have graduate pathway, we have outer regional pathway in South Australia. So for skilled pathway, you must be working in nominated occupation in South Australia for 12 months. For graduate pathway, it's 6 months. And for outer regional stream, you must be working in your nominated occupation for 9 months. So if you meet the criteria, motor mechanic, yes, that's there in the list of South Australia, and you can be getting the nomination under 190 and 491. When it comes to South Australia is the state that actually looks for not only the highest points. So if you are meeting their criteria and your visa is expiring soon, they generally consider your application. This is what South Australia has been doing.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Neet. Next question from Jagjit. He's asking 75 points working and living in regional Victoria, 491 ECT.
Working and living in regional Victoria. So if you have lodged your ROI properly, so this time in Victoria, all your previously lodged ROIs, they are not valid. You need to lodge a fresh ROI, and once they will start giving out the invitation, you will see what is their cutoff. But I would like to emphasize for Victoria, today I thought I'll just discuss about what are their ROI selection criteria.
Yes. Please.
So what's the criteria for Victoria? Age. It means like what they are looking for. They are looking for anybody who is claiming age points, like that productive age. We always talk about that 25 to 32. They will be given preference. Then English language proficiency. Anybody who is having higher English levels of proficiency, then in that case they will be preferred.
They have more chances to
get
involved.
And years of experience in nominated occupation. Again, Victoria said like anybody who is working in nominated occupation, let's say for 3 years, they will be prioritized over those who have been working recently. Okay, so that is one thing. And education level, higher education levels, again they will be given preference in Victoria. Another thing is partner skill. Partner skills are very important in Victoria. So if you have a partner and if you are claiming partner points, your application will be prioritized than others. Those who have partner but they don't have partner points. And salary. If we talk about salary, they are also looking at people, those who have been working in nominated occupation and earning high salaries. They are being prioritized in Victoria. This is what their selection criteria is this time. Another thing, for the industries, what all industries they are going to prioritize. This time they said they are going to prioritize health, social services, education, construction, new energy, digital economy, advanced manufacturing for 491, and hospitality for 491. It means if you're a chef, cook, cafe, restaurant manager, or anybody who is working in hospitality sector, 491 chances they are going to are more compared to 190, because for 491 health hospitality sector will be prioritized.
Okay, thank you. Next question is from Randeep. She's asking, can ABN holders apply Dharma as well?
ABN holders right now, let's say now your experience that you're claiming, that is on ABN. But definitely for Dharma, you need job on TFN. The future contract will be on TFN. But right now, if you have been working on ABN, I understand what he or she wants to know. Imagine if you have been working as a truck driver, but all on ABN, but consistent pay was coming in your account. Bank statements are there to back that up. Statement of service from the employer that yes, this person has worked these many hours in this position. In that case, ABN work is definitely countable.
Okay, Neet. My next question is, what are the chances for 190 chef in South Australia, outer regional? 2 years of experience and in total 2.8 years of experience, and the points are 65.
Good chances, even the points are 65. Outer regional stream, they will be prioritized. So since you are not coming under skilled stream, you are also coming under outer regional stream, so you will be prioritized.
Okay, so next question from Ahmed. Is business analyst roles good for immigration? Definitely, it is good for immigration.
Question is not clear. You can rephrase your question.
Ahmed, yes, please, if you can ask your question again. Next question is a 186 direct entry nomination processing time for painter in Melbourne.
Nomination processing time?
Yes.
Nomination processing time, they haven't even started the invitation. So how can we tell you about the nomination processing
sorry
time?
to interrupt you. He's asking for 186 direct entry.
Okay, for 186 direct entry, currently it is about 7 to 8 months.
Okay, so next question is, which one is best for support engineer or support and test engineer? I'm not sure like if he's
The
asking
question
for the
is not
state or
complete. If you just complete your question, that would be great.
yes. So which one? Same question. Can you? Okay, just a moment. Actually, we are getting so many questions. Just is there any options in Dharma having 1 year of experience in production manager, machine operator?
Machine operators are there in Dharma. So there are few Dharmas where machine operators are there. So in that case, you can contact us about these.
Okay. Next question from Raman Thapa. How long is the processing time for 491 subsequent entrant?
491 subsequent entrant processing time has gone very long. It has gone longer than usual. Right now, we have people, those who have been waiting for 9 months, 10 months, and there are some waiting for even 11 months, I would say. So processing time has gone longer than usual, I would say. But on their website, it is something different. But in real, we see
Yes,
that it
definitely.
is, it
they are
is very
taking
long.
Yes. So next question from Yatin. South Australia, again, priority visa expiry application this year. Why they can't give invitation to others?
Yes, for this year, again, their priority would be to those who have their visa expiring soon. So this is what always South Australia prioritize those application.
Okay. Is childhood educator is related field to ECT?
So in childhood, like those who are working in childcare, there are different occupation in childcare. You need to understand. There are occupation childcare worker. There is an occupation childcare group leader. So childcare worker group leader. There is an occupation childcare center manager. Right.
Okay.
So you need to understand childcare center manager. It is in all the skill occupation list. Whereas childcare group leader, that is in 494. And if you just simply talk about child care worker, that's in Dharma, or it can be through company specific labor agreement.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are three types of child care workers, like or child care, those positions are there. And accordingly, you need to figure out where your role fits in, whether you are eligible for 494 or you are child care center manager, which is like very rare in my career as a migration agent. I haven't seen many child care center manager, but as a migrant. And then another thing is child care worker, which is very, very popular. And I would say like many of our clients are child care worker. So in that case, start looking for your options in Dharma or company specific labor agreement.
Okay. So hopefully, Karan, you have got your answer. My next question is: can I do my job ready in cheesecake shop? I studied certificate 4
As a baker?
as a pastries.
Okay. In that case, yes, you can do it, but always check with TRA. You should always check with TRA.
Okay, so next question is my visa is expiring next year, May 2025, and I'm on COVID visa. I lodged EOI at 75 points for 491, but not sure about the occupation. He did not mention actually.
So anybody who is having their visa expiring, I would strongly recommend you to have a backup. Just not rely on invitation rounds. Guys, invitation rounds, no one can predict like how they work. Sometimes they are giving out invitations at 65 points, and next time the same invitation round, if you see next invitation round, the invitations would be coming at very high points. So you have seen already nurses how like everybody was endorsing they were endorsing nursing, and people were getting invites at 65 point. But last, I would say 7-8 months, nobody at 65 points. They
Yeah.
got invitation. More than that, like it's been a year now, they
Yes,
haven't got
actually.
invitation at 65 points. So you need to improve on your points always if you can. If you're only relying on invitation rounds, and invitation rounds are not predictable, so if your visa is expiring, have some backup.
Yes. Neat. Next question is 2 years of experience as a chef in South Australia outer region. Visa is expiring in November. 491 with 75 points.
Yes, there are chances they will prioritize your particular application, reason your visa is expiring. But at the same time, you just cannot rely on invitations. We are asking everybody to have a backup, either in the form of 407, 482, 186, whatever visa subclass you are eligible for, have a backup.
Bikram is asking any chance 190 or 189 civil draft person, 70 plus 5 points, 75 points total, working regional NSW in same field.
Nobody can predict at the moment for New South Wales, since they have not announced their criteria for this financial year. They haven't they haven't discussed anything about what sector they are going to prioritize. So I cannot comment on this at this moment.
How about 189 for
For civil engineering draft person, last invitation round, people got invitations at 85 points, 189. So if you have good points, then there are chances like next invitation round for 189 can be.
Yes, Nate. So, Karan is asking
Guys, I'm so
again.
sorry. We had a very busy day here at Visa Empire today. Very, very busy day. I have been talking to clients since morning, and it is just like now close of the business today. And another thing is the week has always been busy, but this
Yes.
week was particularly very busy.
We are getting question on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Is there Dharma for carpentry and joinery?
Carpenters and joiners, they can go for a standard process. So I would not recommend you going only for Dharma. Dharma, who should actually go for Dharma? Guys, try to understand. If your occupation does not fall in that occupation list, you should go for Dharma. If your age is like above 45, go for Dharma. If you're seeking English concession, go for Dharma. If you're seeking any other kind of concession, go for Dharma, even if your occupation is in the skill list. But if your occupation is in the skill list, you have an employer here in Brisbane or anywhere around, I think better go with standard process if you're not seeking any kind of concession. If you're seeking concession, go for Dharma.
Okay, Harjeet is asking, any chance 491 70 points as a chef in Queensland, visa expiring in March?
I would not recommend anybody who is waiting in Queensland to just rely on invitation rounds. You need to understand, guys, in Queensland, they have only 1,200 seats, 600 for 190, 491, they have 600. Last financial year, they had about 20,000 EOIs been lodged. So looking at EOIs lodged, like 20,000 EOIs, and I know what is the cutoff, like whatever EOIs we have in pool, the cutoff was very, very high even for a chef. So Queensland, don't just rely on invitation round. Have a backup if your visa is expiring in March.
Okay, so next question is, chef South Australia 65 points for 491.
Yes.
Studied in South Australia, working same occupation, 2 years living in South Australia only. Living in South Australia from 5 years and 2 years of experience.
So what's the question?
Points with 65 points. They
So
are.
what?
I think
what
basically
they
they are
want to
asking
know?
for the chances, like to get invite.
Okay. Guys, anybody who is asking for the chances, as I already mentioned, in South Australia, if your visa is expiring, they will prioritize. But at the same time, just don't only rely on invitation rounds, and having no backup is not a good thing. You need to have a backup. And for New South Wales, we cannot comment at the moment since they haven't announced it. And for Victoria, as I said, the first invitation round has not yet happened, but they are going to prioritize people. I already mentioned the criteria: higher English, age, another criteria is spouse points and all that. And if you are in the priority sectors, they have mentioned their priority sector. I mentioned in this live session as well. So this is what their priority is. Otherwise, chances are, it is, I don't know what kind of world we are living in. It's such a faceless organization, Department of Home Affairs. We cannot ask these questions like, and there is no prediction. Earlier, if you look at, back in 2015 to 2018 around, those days, there used to be a prediction, and they will be very, very clear about it. Like every month they will conduct 189, right? For states, there will be invitation round, and people would know that, okay, at this particular moment, this is the cutoff. Right now, like Queensland, if you look at Queensland, higher point people, they are still waiting. At lower points, people got invitation, and nobody is giving us any justification. Like we as migration agents or consultant or lawyers, we all are like blank at this moment since no state is giving indication. I would still appreciate Western Australia in that sense, just because Western Australia, at least they publish that data. Like, okay, at this point and this occupation, these many points are there in the cutoff. If you look at this as well, guys, if you go to their website, you can see I have just like printed this for you today if you have questions about it. Like at how many points, what occupation they got invited. So this is something really, it is actually giving you an indication. Yes, I need to improve my points. Whereas Queensland, there is no such thing.
Yes.
In New South Wales, there is no such thing. Victoria is the same.
Yeah.
Like, so there are some states, they are very, very transparent, whereas there are states they don't discuss about their criteria
Actually.
even, and what industries they are prioritizing they don't discuss. So this is hopeless, I would say, at this moment. But have your backup, guys. Don't lose hopes. Always try to find the solution. Problems are there at this point in migration, but try to figure out what are the solutions. Just don't focus on problem. This is what I always say.
Actually.
Figure out what are the solutions and start working on that. And immigration has always been like that. Migration strategies or migration trends, if you look at migration trends of Australia, they have always been like that. So there are ups and downs. There are times when people are getting invited at 50 points, 491, like 50 plus 15, telecommunication, civil engineering draft person. How many like got at 50 plus 15?
15. Yep.
And right now, people at 100 points, they are still
Yes.
waiting. So yes, there are ups and downs, but good times are not far. Always think that there is always light at the end of the tunnel. So remember that, and yes, keep improving your points and have backup if your visa is expiring.
I'm so sorry, guys. Actually, we were just discussing the journal topic and the things going on. So, next question, Meet Carpenter 80 points for 491 Queensland with skilled partner. Any chance, or should I move to other state?
If your visa is not expiring soon, in that case, you should wait for them to open and see what's their criteria. Last time, I remember last invitation round of Queensland, they closed and then they conducted an invitation round on 10th of May for
Yes.
all the construction occupation. If they have the same kind of, priority this time again, you may get invited.
Okay, so next question. Karan is asking, please, my question was, can we claim points for working as childhood educator for ECT nomination?
If your job duties they are related or closely related, then only claim points. If you have like job duties particularly saying about ECT, then claim points, otherwise don't.
Okay. Is South Australia prioritizing visa expiring in December 2024?
No, South Australia, yes, South Australia is definitely. Western Australia is not such like prioritizing anything. Yes, South Australia would prioritize that.
Anita, I think our clients have so many questions about the recent invitation round for Western Australia.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
we can discuss that.
Yeah, I think we
So
should.
very quickly, I will go through. So Western Australia, you guys are aware that there are 3 different categories: Schedule 1, Schedule 2, and
Graduate.
stream. I know some of you call it schedule, so that's British and American English.
Yeah.
So if I'm calling it schedule, don't take it wrong. I'm calling it schedule. Both are correct. One is British English, one is American English, right? So this one, Schedule 1, if you talk about Schedule 1, where you need to have 1 year of experience in nominated field, they have invited mostly GPs, general practitioner, dentists, enrolled nurses, but the point cutoff is 85, 90.
Okay.
Right, that's their cutoff, 85, 90. And what is the EOI submission date in Western Australia? Somebody who has submitted their EOIs on November 2023, they were invited for industrial pharmacists at 85 points. Even June 2023, dentists, those who submitted their EOIs in June 2023, you can see that about more than a year wait, and then they have invited them. So that's Schedule 1, mostly health occupation. I would say all health occupation. All health occupation, physiotherapists, psychologists at 85, 90 points. And their EOIs were all submitted November 2023. Only thing, who got invitation? Only submitted May 2024, registered nurse, peri-operative. They got invitation even if they were submitted May 2024. So you need to understand, guys, registered nurses also NEC. NEC is like anybody who has completed their nursing and they have lodged the skills assessment, they will get registered nurse NEC. So in that case, there's a lot of competition because everybody is NEC, right? Always get another skills assessment done after working 3 months in a specialty. You can be aged care, you can be peri-operative, you can be emergency nurse, you can be a medical nurse, you can be neuro, nephro, all those critical care, emergency, right? If you do that after 240 hours of work, 240 hours and 3 months.
3 months.
So then you will have a specialty skills assessment, and there the competition is lower compared to NEC.
Okay.
So that's another thing you need to remember if you're doing a registered nurse EOI. Always think, do I have a specialty? Do I have the skills assessment in the specialty? And go for that.
Okay.
So that's all schedule one,
One.
guys. I don't want to go off track. Sometimes I go off track. So keep me on track.
No, that's okay.
So
That's okay.
schedule one is one where we have 1 year of work
Hmm.
experience requirement. And in that, in Western Australia, they have only invited health occupation, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Coming to schedule 2 of Western Australia. In schedule 2 means even if you are currently living interstate, if you are living overseas, you all come under schedule 2.
Hmm.
Only thing what they said, they will prioritize people, those who are living in Western Australia. It
yes.
doesn't mean that everybody needs to live in Western
Hmm.
Australia,
But
but
they are just
yes,
giving
they are giving
priority.
priority to that. So in that, architect, they got invited at 90 points. Even the UI was launched just recently.
Yeah.
Like on 13th of June, the person launched the
July,
July,
actually,
sorry,
yes.
July,
Hmm.
and then they got invited.
Hmm.
Okay. And pastry cook at 90 points in November 2023, primary school teacher at 90 point in 2023, civil engineering draft person at 90 point in schedule 2, and the UI was also launched very recent. Again, you can
in
see
June.
civil engineering draft person. He was at 90 points, but EUI was launched
Hmm.
in June and got invited. Chef at 90 points, carpenter at 90 points, very high cutoff, very high cutoff.
Hmm.
Remember, guys, Western Australia, even though high cutoff is there, they have right now 5,000 seats. So 5,000 seats, and out of that, 600 invites are only there. So it means there's a lot of quota left, and out of that, in the next invitation round, we can see now in the next invitation round will be next month. I'm pretty sure it will have like lower cutoff.
So it means they have invited only 600
600
people. Okay,
and out
yeah.
of 600 also you
Hmm.
never know how many fake EOIs are
Hmm.
there.
And it
That's
was the
also a
first
trend.
round.
Yep.
Hmm.
So many EOIs, they are not the right EOIs, those who have been selected. Sometimes people are overclaiming the points, and the moment nomination will be all finalized, then we will get to know actually how many got the nomination. It's
Hmm.
not about how many got the pre-invite. So don't think all 600 seats have gone.
Hmm.
Maybe so many seats are still left out
Yes,
of that
actually.
600.
Hmm.
Okay. And coming to again schedule 2, I'm talking about wall and floor tiler got invited at 90, vocational education trainer at 100 points, very high points, T-Soul teachers 100 points.
Okay.
So that's schedule 2 for Western Australia,
Western
but this
Australia.
was the first round for this financial year, very high cutoff.
Hmm.
The graduates of Western Australia, I'm going to talk about that now. Graduates of Western Australia, chef at 85 points, and EOI was launched December 2023. Guys, another thing you need to remember, if you were also a graduate of Western Australia, but you had same point 85, you were not invited, this is one of the reasons. Because their EOI was launched earlier than yours.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Counselors, they got invited at 85 points, medical practitioners at 85 points. So this is all there on Western Australia migration website. You guys can check. Nobody got the invitation at less than 85 points. Like everybody at 85. So 85 means if it's for 491, 70 of your own points should be there. Okay. Social worker also got invited at 85. Yes. So this was for graduates of Western Australia. Very high competition in Western Australia, but this was first round. So we are hopeful for the next round.
So Neet, we are getting questions on Facebook as well. Someone is asking, I have applied for 491 and 190 with 90 and 80 points, but did not get invited yet in Western Australia, though I applied on 26th of July 2024. We are not sure about the occupation actually. What was the occupation?
There are multiple criteria, as we said. Maybe they have prioritized people those who are living in Western Australia and you were not living in Western Australia. Maybe at that particular points, like your EOI was lost after those who have got invitation, even one day after that. That is another factor.
Okay, so next question. June 2023 software engineer occupation 491 launched. Okay, already launched. No S56 yet. PCC renewed. Any guess on grant possibility?
Very soon. It should be very soon. 4-9 months. Right now, we are getting many grants. Yeah.
Okay, so next question. Registered nurse South Australia, graduate with 80 points for 190. Visa expiring on March 2025. What are the chances?
And if you have been working in your nominated occupation, meeting the criteria, definitely chances are better. Compared to other state, I would still say South Australia is better. and they will consider their graduates for sure, and visa is expiring soon, should be fine.
So Pradeep is asking, partner got skill assessment for childcare worker groups leader,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to get 5 points, like 6 each for 491, but no luck. Uh, Pradeep, if you can just mention about the state and everything, then I
Yeah.
think we can answer you.
And what they said, like what occupation?
Partner got skill assessment as a child care worker group leaders.
You need to remember, guys, if you're claiming the points for the partner skill, I have seen many people, they are lodging their EOIs themselves when they are claiming the points for their partner. They don't know how to do it in an appropriate way. So they
Yeah.
are not doing accurately. You need to understand your occupation and your partner's occupation should be on the same skill. But if they have the occupation in medium to long term skill, then in that case you can get those claims. So there are some technicalities. I don't have time today only to talk about it. It's a like whole lot of technicalities are there in this topic. But you should know how to correctly claim the
Claim
points.
points, yes.
There are many cases we get like those DIYs.
Yes.
They come to us, they have claimed their partner's point, later lodge the visa as well, get refusals. So always claim it properly. You should know like which skill list your partner's occupation fall under.
Environmental engineer, 85 points, NSW 190. Working in occupation from last 2.5 years for NSW.
Yes, in NSW, if you are working in nominated occupation, chances are good, but I don't know why they haven't invited. And health, the last financial year, they have prioritized health. This one, they are not yet open. 491, if you're considering, if you're falling under pathway 1, 491 pathway 1, better chances than anything else, because that's almost guaranteed in NSW.
Nick is asking, Canberra Matrix subclass 190, chef 120 points, invitation कब आ सकता है?
Anytime. Anytime. Invitation can come anytime. Just look at their last invitation round cutoff and then try to compare it and have some data then from their website.
Someone is asking when Victoria is opening.
Victoria is already open. Victoria is already open, guys. And always, like, if you follow us on social media, you know that we post everything on social media then and there. The day it opened, we posted it.
Yes, guys, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and you can just watch our videos and everything and get update.
We try to update you all. Guys, sometimes we don't have time to keep calling clients and updating them, though we send out in emails as well if you are our clients. If you're not our client, in that case, the best thing, if you want to keep yourself updated, follow us on all social media handles. We do normal I think everything starting from EOIs, starting from your invitation rounds, when the states are opening, what is the normal trend right now, like whether 482 people, they are getting grants, everything you can see on our social media channels, so you can follow us there.
Someone is asking, Orange Pass Tasmania as a chef, salary 85K 190.
Chances are good. Yep, under Orange Pass.
Okay.
I have seen even recently Orange Pass people got invitation.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm working on ABN and registered with GST. So do we need to include GST in RY package? Earning 72K.
What exactly? Sorry.
It's related to ABN registration, I guess. But
is it for Victoria? They are asking about RY, like
they
for
did not
Victorian.
mention. Sam, if you can just mention the state, please. Yeah. And your question is not clear. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, please, guys, type your questions, complete questions, like one question with complete information.
Yeah, same question he's asking. Okay, for claiming 5 points for regional studies,
yes,
what documents do we need to provide? I have lease and a university in regional.
University in regional, lease document. So you need to live, work, study everything in regional, right? So during the 2 years of period, if you've been living in a regional area where you were working, those documents as well, your utility bills you can provide, lease documents definitely there. So these are enough.
Working in trade as a student visa, or will it be possible to claim in JRT?
Yes, definitely. For job ready program, even during student visa, you can start your job ready program. You can complete your job ready program on student visa. In fact, like many of the clients, those who are now worried because of changing immigration policies here in Australia, what they are doing, what are their
Hmm.
plans? They start their let's say cert 3 in carpentry, they
Hmm.
have completed it, or they have completed cert 4 in commercial cookery. After completion of that, they start their job ready program, keep studying, right?
Hmm.
And they complete their job ready program during studies,
Study.
but study related study,
Hmm.
and then they apply for 485 visa so that they have sufficient time. It's all
They can
upon
save time,
yep
actually. Yes.
your priorities, and if you want to study more, and then if you want to actually have more time on your 485.
Mandeep is asking, I have 85 points chef for 491 Western Australia, residing but not graduate from Western Australia. So, what are the chances?
Chances should be better in the next invitation round, because this time the cutoff was 90. So you are standing at 85. So it means by next invitation round, you should be fine.
Even neat, I have seen people like with 85 points, like very good points, but they did not get invite from Western Australia. So they can expect
They
in
can
next.
expect in the next invitation round. Also, the EOI dates will be another factor.
Hmm.
But in Western Australia, higher points are prioritized first, and then EOI dates.
Then EOI
dates,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
So if you have better points, and always try to improve on your points, I would say that
Yes.
for Western Australia.
What about chefs in Western Australia? 75 own points. EOI launched in February 2024. Visa expiring in December this year.
Chef?
Chef.
Yes, as we mentioned just now, chef only Western Australia.
Someone is
Yeah,
again
same,
asking.
same. So that's the same advice I would say. This time the cutoff was 90, so next time it should go down.
Harminder, he's asking, working as a painter full time in regional Victoria,
Okay.
70 points for 491. High salary. So, what are the chances?
491 good chances are there from Victoria. And considering they are sending out again in emails that they are prioritizing 491, and 2000 seats are there for 491 compared to 600 last year. So it's better than last year.
R. Hundal, I think she has already answered the same question about chefs in Western Australia. Navjot Thind, he's asking, just a moment. Okay, I think it's gone. Next question. Chances of invitation for NSW 190 in ICT security specialist with 95 points.
95 points are good points. Should get the invitation. Just let them announce their criteria. And IT, I guess, like last financial year, they will prioritize IT again.
Okay. So
at high points again.
And
And
questions I think we are getting. As I heard that on student visa, only
Yes.
working of last 3 months will be claimed in JRP in a trade.
that used to be the case, guys. Always keep yourself updated.
Yes.
Right? There used to be a scenario when only 3 months you can claim and you cannot start your job ready program while studies. Things have changed. Always keep yourself updated. I have seen people, they take migration advice from one person, okay, 1 year ago. And then things have changed and they never keep themselves updated. And after 1 year, when they come to that migration agent is looking at their face like things have changed. And they are like, no, you have given us the advice 1 year ago. Always keep yourself updated, or follow whosoever, like I'm not saying like follow Visa Empire, whosoever you think like is a genuine migration consultant and who provides you with all the updates, timely updates. Follow that one particular migration agent. I know nowadays, like so many news are there on social media, and people are with like overload of information, and they are getting panic attack, and they are getting anxiety and all that. And some of them, they say, okay, better not to follow anybody. I would say at least you should follow one person, whosoever you feel is a genuine migration consultant and who provides you timely updates on everything. So always follow that one person, whosoever is your favorite.
Next question for you. Carpentry 75 plus 5 points from state, from South Australia, studying and living in South Australia. So what are the chances for
chances
190?
Are good. Like only thing points. Need to wait. South Australia is sending out random invitation. Few invitations were there last week as well. So let's wait. How are they sending out the invitations?
80 points 491 Western Australia resident. What are the chances for invite? He did not mention the occupation. Okay, actually. Yeah. What are the chances of getting an invite for telecommunication?
So can we
uh,
just like
in Victoria.
so it's all about what are the chances. Our today's topic is actually about 482. It's
Yes,
all
actually.
about Dharma. I think let's rather focus on that, and let's talk about it.
Yes.
Okay, because it is
So
all
we-
about chances. I think we are not able to impart any information in today's live session if we keep answering your queries about the chances,
So,
right?
guys, if you have questions related to Dharma or 482, then yes, you can ask your questions.
Okay.
Otherwise,
So
yeah.
let me discuss now 482 with
Yes.
our audience.
Hmm.
What is 482 visa? Many of you even don't have clarity what is 482 visa. You think your visa is expiring, and let me go to the migration agent a month before my visa expiry, and I will lodge 482 visa. That's very bad, I would say, and that's not at all a good planning. What you need to understand, guys, 482 visa means an Australian employer is sponsoring you. He has to prove the Department of Home Affairs that he could not find an Australian citizen or permanent resident to perform that particular job. It means what they need to do. They need to conduct an LMT. LMT means labor market testing. So they have to advertise the position for 28 days whenever they have to start the process for the nomination. So if you go to your migration agent just 1 month before your visa expiry, how the things are going to happen? Like it is going to be mess, right?
Yeah,
They won't be able to your employer won't be able to supply them with enough documents, and the LMT requirements will not be met in that case. So always plan well in advance. I would say 3 months. 3 months prior to that, right? So if your visa is expiring in 3 months, so in that case you should plan ahead. For 482, what we need, the first step is SPS, Standard Business Sponsorship Approval for the employer. So what you need to do, you need to always talk to your employer. If they already got SPS approval, in that case, you need not to get worried. In that case, you need to just check it should be valid for the next couple of months. That should remain valid during the process. So SPS is first thing. Simultaneously, they can start LMT, labor market testing. They can start advertising the position for 28 days. Coming to second step, so I would call it third step because LMT
Sorry,
is my.
I have one question here.
Yes, yes.
Is there any waiver or anything like exemption for LMT?
Yes, very good question. Now with LMT, if you remember last week only somebody came to us. He was a Japanese citizen,
Yes,
and he
actually.
wasn't aware that there is an LMT exemption in his case, and his visa was expiring. Employer wanted to sponsor him, and we lost it. And we got the nomination as well successfully, right?
Actually.
So what is this actually? Like there are LMT exemptions for there are ITO obligations. Those are technical things. I'm not going to discuss those here in this general information seminar, right?
Yes.
But yes, if you come to a migration agent, if you go to a migration agent, they understand what are the exemption, what are the waivers, right? They will assess you accordingly, and then they will start the process. So first is SPS, then is LMT, then comes your nomination. They will be nominating you, and then visa application can be done like simultaneously after nomination lodgement.
Okay.
Okay, we need not to wait for the nomination to be approved to lodge visa application. We can just do nomination and visa application together.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
There is requirement for skills assessment, but not for everybody.
Okay.
Again, that's a misconception that everybody requires a skills assessment. An accountant does not require a skills assessment for 482 visa,
yes.
right? There are many occupations like contract administrator, transport, company manager. They don't need
Hotel
skills
managers.
assessment. Hotel, cafe, restaurant manager, yes,
Hmm.
they don't need skills assessment. There are only 25 occupations where you need skills assessment. Again, there are exemptions.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Now coming to chef, a chef always does not require a skills assessment.
Okay.
Right? There are exemptions. Guys, you need to talk to somebody who is aware of all those requirements and then start your process.
Actually.
Okay. So English requirement, again, for medium to long term skill occupation list, the requirements are 5 each and 5 overall. If your occupation falls in short term occupation list, in that case, the requirement is 5, overall 4.5 each.
Yes.
So these are the requirements for 482 visa. Yes, so that's what 482 visa is. You need to have 2 years of work experience. Now coming to 2 years of work experience, some people they are so stressed out, like 2 years, we are not completing 2 years on this particular date in November, our visa is expiring, how can we do it? Firstly, on 23rd of November 2024, changes are happening to 482 experience requirements. So it will be reduced to 1 year on 23rd of November
November.
2024.
Mhm.
Before that, if you're lodging your visa and you have about like 22 months of experience, not 24, 2 years,
Mhm.
to 21 months of experience, yes, you can lodge your application.
Application. Okay.
Yes,
that's
because
not
it's a time of decision criteria, not time of application criteria.
lodgement. Okay.
So we can always lodge your application even if you have not completed 2 years of full-time work experience. So remember these things when you're thinking about 482. These are the things. Employers' financial health matters a lot, right? Their organization structure, that matters a lot. There are few occupations where there are caveats. Caveats means you have to meet certain turnover. You have to meet number of employees, certain number of employees, right? Like number of employees, 5 should be there. There are some
Okay.
occupation, right? I'm not naming now. I'm not discussing occupation in details. Giving you just a general information, what all things are involved in a 482 visa. Okay.
Neet, I have a question related to 482.
Yes.
Rachit is asking, I'm thinking to apply 482 visa as a chef, a working casual, about 38 hours per week. Is that fine?
Definitely, it is fine. We
Okay.
have done it successfully. Casual work experience, if it's consistent. Again, like, remember, casual but consistent, and you have all the pay evidence to support that work experience, should be fine.
Okay. Neeta, I also want to discuss about the recent, news about the Engineers Australia.
Yes, sure.
If
Let's
we can
discuss that.
Yes.
Guys, this is a very controversial topic at this moment. People are fighting on this topic. What is this like Engineers Australia? What definitely it is like everybody was getting civil engineering draft person skills assessment, telecommunication skills assessment, and they were lodging their EOIs and getting the invites as well. So what happened, Engineers Australia, they got to know about this, like
Yes.
how people are getting those certificates. There were some fast track in colleges, those who were providing those fast track studies and everything. So what they have done now from 1st of September 2024, they just stopped this. So
Okay.
like anybody who got this fast track qualification, they are not going to be assessed as a civil engineering draft person or telecommunication network planner. So
Okay.
their skills won't be assessed by Engineers Australia on the basis of that fast track studies. The
Okay.
only qualification that Engineers Australia is going to do for these occupation, there is a list of 8 occupation. We already have a video about that particular topic on our social media. You can watch that if you want more information. So from now onwards, what would happen from 1st of September 2024 onwards, you can only go through either CDR pathway, Washington Accord pathway, or Australian qualification pathway through an accredited institution. So if you have studied from an accredited institution, that is fine. But if you haven't studied from accredited institution, these institutions, those who have given you that fast track qualification, from 1st of September, you would not be able to get your skills assessment. So anybody who has lodged before 1st of September, they are all safe.
They are all safe,
But like, yes, after 1st of September, you need to, you cannot get the skills assessment down that track, like through
And
this.
if they have done like it fast track basis, then CDR pathway is the option for them, or
So there are few things we need to discuss. Again, it will depend upon case to case from where they have studied, what all courses they have studied. We are still waiting a revert from Engineers Australia. We have sent them an email
the official
asking
confirmation.
about their feedback about whatever we have thought. Then let's wait for that. The moment we have Engineers Australia feedback and their official response, you know that we always post on our social media if we have official response.
So yes, Neet, it's already like 4:50.
I think we should now then wind
Yeah,
up
because
today's
I am getting questions, but it's all related to
chances. Any chances? Any
journal skin
chances?
migration. Yes, actually, the chances for all
We
the
already
states.
discussed about the chances, guys, in this live seminar. If you watch our seminar in the beginning, I think for 30 minutes we have been only discussing about the chances. So if you have query regarding chances, you can watch the first 30 minutes is all about your chances in different states, right?
Yes.
And in the last 30 minutes only, we have discussed 482.
Yes.
We have discussed DAMA. In DAMA, you have 482 and you have also 494.
Okay.
Right? So 494 option is also there in Dama. 494, after 3 years, you will be able to get your PR, whereas in 482, after 2 years, you will be able to get your permanent residency.
And how about to eligible for 494 in Dama? So what are the experience requirements?
Yes. Now that's another misconception. People think 494 means you need to have 3 years of work experience, full time, and skills assessment, and 6 each, and everything, right? But 494 under Dama, you just need 1 year of experience,
Okay.
skills assessment as per the requirement of the Dama. Not for everybody, right? And requirement for English is also 5 and 4.5.
That's good.
Yes. And I think that's it for today, guys. If you have any question, you can always book a consultation with Visa Empire. You
Yes.
can fill out the form on our website for the journal query, and one of our staff members, one of our team members, they will get back to you with your query. For anything else, you can always contact Visa Empire related to your visas.
Visa is expiring, then only, yes, you can always contact us.
Yes.
Then we will try to help you out.
Yeah.
And thank you so much.
Thank
we
you
will
so-
see you
thank you,
all in
everybody.
our next live session. Thank you.
Thank you. That would be next
Fortnight.
Yeah.
Yes.
And stream. I don't think so. It's yet.